make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail, man. Great Depression 2.0. Just saying. The Great Depression was from like, is in the 1930s. 1929 to 1939. So it's 1930s. What started the Great Depression, as they put it, was the Smoot-Hawley Act, which, is it Smoot-Hawley or Hawley? Whatever. But basically, that act taxed everything coming into this country from foreign countries, and foreign countries taxed everything, that we exported, right? And then banks failed, government policies failed, there was panics, and what was the other thing that happened? And the dollar just blew, it just blew up. I mean, we've had banks fail. Panics is like we getting there. Government policies, you see it. I doubt the tariff thing, but a lot of these sanctions with other countries, there's going to come a point where sanctioning all these other countries, they're going to sanction back. And this country don't produce nothing. So I'm just saying. And then, the dollar. You see bricks, the petrodollar, you see all of that, and it's like, man, and then they say we have to raise the debt ceiling, which I'm pretty sure they're gonna do. I'm making this video right before, a few days before they got to make a decision, so I don't know if it's gonna be out before or after they make that decision, because they've always raised the debt ceiling or whatever. So, but you see the inflation. You hear about food shortage. You see the price of housing. You see the gig economy. And people will say, well, a lot of that's, based on people having more money than they need. So, they can afford to do extra stuff and pay people. Well, here's a problem with that. Do you think people who have money to play around in the gig economy are going to keep playing around in the gig economy, if the economy keeps going downhill? Because they're not going to want you to know where they live. We talk about food deserts and living in different zip codes. If y'all haven't paid attention, the food quality in your neighborhood is based on your zip code. Here we go. Great Depression 2.0. It could happen. It's possible. Because a lot of y'all not paying attention, man. So, we're not taking into consideration that things are not what they once were. They're not. The debt, like I said, it's 31 trillion and counting. They say the average household portion of that debt is $200,000. Then, which means around the average American in general is $95,000. Then you got, all of us on social media. People are looking at social media as a way to make money and not actual jobs and skills, because it seems like all of these occupations have maxed out because everybody's been greedy. Greedy to the point where, the bubble has burst in a lot of avenues in corporate America. Because nobody wants to do it anymore. Nobody. Sometimes most people can't afford it, and the people that can't afford it don't want to do it. Look at the price of cars. Look at that. Like a new car and a used car are pretty much the same price. People are trying to buy to get a lower price. People are buying used cars at a rental lot, because they've got more mileage on them. Look at how, the rich keep getting richer, the quote unquote poor keeps getting poor. They keep shrinking the middle class. You shrink the middle class to critical mass, which is probably past that already. You're not gonna have people to pay, middle class people to pay for goods and services, or us middle class folks, we gonna nickel and dime it out. So we're on the precipice. This could be Great Depression 2.0. Not to mention, what do you call that? It's not the Great Replacement Theory, but the the white population is shrinking, not just from births, but they're dying. 55 to 75 is like their biggest population, so they're dying. So if things go downhill, that very fast, those people could die very fast just from the pressure and the stress. I mean, the pressure and the stress, and not and thinking about taking care of the elderly. People don't take care of the elderly well. Like, unfortunately, y'all had these people in these homes, and too many people in these homes wind up, dying before their time, even though they're old. I should know. My grandfather died the same way. So, and then you look at the relationship dynamic. People not getting married. People having less kids. The marriage rates, like less marriages means less divorces. Child support was a thing. Having kids, now people are scaling back on having kids, and people just can't afford to live a single life. Now, what do you think is going to happen? People have lost faith in the government, and no matter how you slice it, oh, it's the Democrats, oh, it's the Republicans. No, everybody's stupid. All of these older people who've been basically getting bent over by every corporation for leverage, they've sold the country out within the country, and now, other American citizens can't afford to be Americans. So I don't know what to tell you, but it's gonna get real, man. So tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.